Welcome back to Crushing Sounds. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by another one of the amazing finalists for the upcoming Bristol Metal to the Masses, the awesome Blade of Grass. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. How are we all doing?
Good,
Yeah, we're
thanks.
good.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you like to introduce yourselves and your roles within the band?
I'm Jack, and I play the guitar.
I'm Adele and I'm the singer.
I'm Matthew, and I am the drummer.
And then Izzy plays bass and she's not here.
No worries, no worries. As I mentioned right at the top, you guys are in the final for Bristol Metal to the Masses on the 6th of July, with a chance of playing the incredible Bloodstock Festival. Congrats on getting through to the finals, and I'm not going to dwell on the fact that you guys and land captains knocked my band out of the running. No, it was a great night, and really impressive how you managed to pull it off being a vocalist down. So, what happened there?
So I broke my ankle, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, and then I don't know, I wasn't there, but they just did it without me, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a bit of a late decision though, because
Yeah, it
you
was
broke it
like
days
2 days
before.
before. But yeah, so I guess they just did it instrument. I don't know, I wasn't there.
But yeah, we did it instrumental, and it worked out, I guess. So
Yeah. Did you get a chance to sort of try it without the vocals to see if it would work, or did you just have to go for it?
we had like a practice like 2 days before and one on the day,
Yeah.
and we sort of had to pick the set list quite specifically for like stuff that would work best without vocals. Sort of edit it a bit, but
Yeah, fair enough. Was there even a brief discussion as to whether it would work, like whether you would have to pull out or go for it, or did you just know you had to go for it?
um,
Well, we just wanted to do it really. We we like our instrumentals, and we feel that they're good enough to like listen to alone. And then when we did it, it was tight. So yeah, we felt like we could do it.
Cool. So your semi-final heat was this is the first Metal to the Masses show that I've missed since I started going in 2019. Gutted to have missed it, but how did the semi-final go? The pictures looked awesome, they're like a great crowd.
Yeah, it was really fun. I feel like all the bands were sick. It was a good time.
I feel like it was like the first sort of gig that we've done where we got a lot of like positive reaction from a lot of people. 'Cause we, like,
That makes it
that
sound
makes it
like
sound
shit.
really shit. But like a lot of like the gigs we've done before, it's like not been like all metal bands.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Or,
Like
like,
the
all
crowd
metal
was really
crowd.
cool,
So,
having
like-
like yeah, everyone obviously being into that kind of music because we often end up playing with like indie bands and stuff because there are a lot of them in Bristol and not as many metal bands.
Yeah, I feel like trying to do shows in Bristol, like promoters are going, you got electric guitars, you're all more or less the same kind of thing, right? Just shove them all on a bill together. But yeah, Metal to the Masses, it has sort of diversified. Bloodstock especially has diversified its lineup a little bit in recent years. It's not all just your death and your power metal anymore. Rock bands have been creeping through. So you guys and Land Captains, obviously, you add a lot of variety to it, which to me makes this final in particular a really, really strong one. Let's take things right back to the beginning. How did Blade of Grass come to be?
Well, was it Izzy's idea?
It was.
Yeah,
It was Izzy's idea. She wanted to form a new metal band, and then she, I don't know, approached you guys and approached me, and then we became a band. And then we started off trying to be like branding ourselves as new metal a bit more, but now we're sort of just general metal
Yeah.
because we're not so new metal anymore. But yeah, that was like 2 years ago.
because it was gonna start off as like a rap metal thing.
Yeah, I think they actually
And
approached
then-
this guy who's a rapper.
and then we didn't get him, so then we were like, oh, Adele's sick, so we'll get Adele instead.
Yeah.
Cool. So like it was going to be like proper like I'm not going to say old school new metal, but like the very stereotypical new metal thing of the rap and the clean
Yeah.
vocals kind of thing. That's really cool. So how quickly did you dial away from that idea?
Well, I don't really rap, so but we still had it was still quite new metal-ish. But then it was when because the first couple of songs were like
It was quite like disturbed and
yeah,
At the
so we're quite
beginning.
influenced by that sort of genre, like kind of new metal, but not like yeah. And then I think just like recently, just like over time, it was like kind of last like a few months ago, we just sort of realized we were a bit more alt metally,
Yeah.
not alt metal. I don't know really, just like you know,
So you
don't like
have
to put ourselves in a box, I suppose.
you have like a lot more different influences like than I do, I guess, and like we all have different. stuff
Yeah,
that
we all
like.
like different. Yeah,
I wouldn't say we have we all like metal, but like very different.
yeah, we all like a
Other
lot of the
parts
same
of it.
bands, but yeah, but a lot of the metal that I listen to, I'm not necessarily like, I don't sing like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I know lots of times when I ask bands about their influences, I reckon 9 times out of 10, they all say, if you asked any of us what the influence would be, we'd all give you a different answer. I don't know if that would definitely be the case for you guys. Does that play into your music? Do you like to throw all your influences together?
Kind of. I mean, I feel like we have a couple bands because we've had many times where we've had to sort of like, you know, think of a
Like for fans of
yeah.
kind of thing.
So we have like we all sat together and came up with like who could we kind of sound like, and or like who do we like, you know, already sound like. But then I feel like, I don't know, I feel like for me, I just sort of, there is no specific kind of one influence. I just sort of, I feel like we all just sort of write what we want to write, and then it just sort of, yeah, there's no like actual, yeah.
It's more of like the like we want to write a, like you said, like let's write a slow heavy song, or like let's
Yeah,
write,
it'll be more
let's
like
write
a
a
vibe.
gallopy kind of song. It's more vibe than like this is what we want to sound like.
Yeah.
Are your other projects sort of wildly different to Blade of Grass, or do you all have a signature style kind of thing?
Battery Acid is pretty different to Blade of Grass because it's
Yeah.
more like, it's like slightly more, it's less heavy and it's more like folky, punky, rocky. Yeah.
Wouldn't have thought that of a name like Battery Acid, but you never know. But speaking of names, I'm intrigued by the name. Is there any meaning behind the name Blade of Grass? I'm
No,
sure
it's
you've been
good.
asked that 100 times.
I think Izzy actually came up with it because was it something like she was looking out her window and saw a blade of grass?
Yeah.
I don't know. She was like, Blade of Grass, that could be a cool
I
name.
think we just need the
And
name.
and she told us all, and I was like, that's actually sick. But then she started to regret it and she wanted to change it back, but I didn't let her.
Change it back. What names have you had before?
Back, but like think of something else.
It's weird that there's like nothing like grass themed about us.
No, I think we
at all.
tried to, you know, there's been a few attempts to like incorporate grass, but I feel like it's just not necessary because we don't need to be grass themed because there's no relevance there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surefire way to get onto some like stoner rock, stoner metal lineups if you're not careful with that, I suppose. But yeah, I hear a lot of times asking the meaning of the band name is a reliable question in an interview, but half the time it's just no, it's just cool.
Yeah.
You know, metal and rock bands.
Yeah. Yeah, Blade's more relevant than grass.
Cool, fair enough. So, you guys have been something of an enigma to me in terms of music that I can listen to ahead of time. I could only find like 2 songs that are on SoundCloud. It's really cool stuff, but I need more, damn it, because it's really, really cool. SoundCloud says those were uploaded there a year ago. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've sort of got like demos. I think some of them are privated, some are public.
I think we've only got Loveless and Wrong out.
Yeah, I think they should all be private.
Yeah, we are going to record some good things because they're not like, those recordings are not they don't fully.
We're perfectionists and we will never be good enough for ourselves.
Yeah. No, but we're definitely thinking of recording a couple of our like newer songs and putting them out there soon.
Yeah. I want to aim for this year for at least like a single.
Yeah, I think we should start like recording soon, like ASAP.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was going to ask when people can expect to hear new music because, yeah, you guys, I'm out to the masses. You guys are really, really cool, and I wanted to find as much music as I could. But when did you write those 2 tracks? Are they quite old at this point?
Yeah, they were. So Wrong is one that we don't really ever play anymore. I think it's one that we thought about revisiting, and then we just sort of don't play it. But Loveless was it like the 3rd song that we wrote?
Yeah, Wrong and Loveless were like the first.
So it was Down in the Drain, and then it was Wrong, and then Loveless, I think. Yeah, so they're really old. Well,
okay.
About a year, and then
I guess we haven't been a band for that long, so they're not like that old. But
then I guess recording, we're looking at doing some of the newer ones that are a bit heavier and a bit more sort of our sound now, I guess.
Yeah, because we definitely found our sound like over time.
Yeah, great. Loveless in particular, I thought was really, really cool. Does that one come up in the set list occasionally?
I don't think we've played it at either of the any of the competitions yet, but we're going to play it at the final, I think. We might have played it instrumental, but we didn't play it at the semi, but we're going to play it at the final.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's one to look forward to for sure. So you might have already said this already, but would you call those two tracks a representation of your sound at this point, or has it evolved since then?
I think it has evolved. I think it's still like, I don't know, there's still elements of it that's clearly like us and stuff, but we've sort of like, yeah, found a more solid, sort of like slightly heavier.
I'd say the verse, like riffs and that is more us.
Loveless.
Yeah, I think it's quite,
Yeah.
it's not, obviously it's not like poppy, but like, it's quite poppy.
The chorus is quite
Chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like poppy, but like, yeah,
poppy
it's
enough.
catchy, yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, we still write some catchy kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the whole, you're doing the adverse to what bands do. You're getting heavier with age, which is, the right way to do it, in my opinion. Cool. So, what has this last year looked like for you guys since you uploaded those tracks? What have you been up to?
Gig and get out there.
Yeah, trying to get gigs that aren't with indie bands, basically. Although obviously gigs, we're still open to gigs with indie bands.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we're hoping to just sort of like get more gigs in like other places as well. But it is quite difficult, like trying to break into like the metal scene when there isn't like, the metal scene isn't that big, unfortunately, in comparison to like in the punk scene, especially in Bristol.
Yeah, sure. I think Bristol's got quite a wide sort of spectrum of music scenes. Basically, I think metal is there if you know where to go. Obviously, you've got the Griffin, you've got the Exchange, you've got Fleece and all that. As you say, it is tricky. Metal to the Masses is a great opportunity to sort of compile all the best ones together, basically. But you do seem to be quite busy regarding gigs, if that's fair assessment. Your social media is mostly gig photos. So does it feel like that traction is growing yet?
I feel like recently it's starting to feel it more, but it's still not quite there.
Yeah, what in terms of gigs?
Yeah, instead of like getting gigs easier and meeting people.
Yeah,
at gigs.
definitely. I think, yeah. I mean, it's been great to meet like more other metal bands as well. To just
We are also growing our offstage confidence.
Yeah, we're getting better at talking to people at gigs.
Yeah.
We never get to do that, and it's really tricky for us.
I completely get that. I mean, people don't realize that is a skill of being in a band in and of itself, is being able to talk to other bands. I'm terrible at it. Cool. But until then, if people do want to get a taste of your music, they can of course catch you at one of these many live shows. What do your songs tend to be about? What inspires you guys?
Well, I tend to just sort of, in terms of lyrics, it's very much just about like my feelings, I suppose. But like, I don't know, it really depends. I often just sort of like spill out, just sort of like words just come to me, and then like I don't often like have a meaning before I write it. I just sort of like, it'll just be like what feels relevant to me at the time, and then but they're all quite like, they're all a bit dark and a bit like, I'm trying to think. Well,
there's some like weird, like what's one's about like, what's Down in the Drain about?
Down in the Drain. Oh, again, that's just about like they're all about lots of things, but I can't remember, that was ages ago.
Or like Skin, like you always say Skin.
Skin is about like Skin's about so I have this habit of like, I basically I'm really like charity shopping, and then I'll buy loads and loads of clothes and none of them will fit me, and then I'll be like, oh well, I'm gonna like alter this item of clothing to make it fit me perfectly, and then I'll get halfway through it and then abandon it and then never like, and then it's just ruined. And then so that song is from the point of view of the piece of clothing.
That's cool idea. Yeah, that's really cool. Cool. So going into the final on the 6th of July, I'm asking every single band this, but you don't have to say if you don't want to. Are there any bands competing that you are eyeing up as your big competition?
Frog Lord, because, well, for me, I just think they look really cool, actually. I'm excited to see them. But there's no band specifically that I'm like, we need to beat them. I just think there are some bands that I'm like, oh, they look really good.
Yeah, they've all got their own thing that.
Yeah, I just think the whole frog thing is really cool.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I have said at least one band has said you guys when I've asked that question. I've been going to Melt to Masses a lot over the years. Normally every year there's a relatively new band that breaks through to the final. Everyone goes, "Where the hell have these guys been? They're so good." But I get that vibe a lot regarding you guys from the bands that I've spoken to. But as you're a relatively new band, what was the moment where you thought, "Let's go for Metal to the Masses this year"?
Uh,
I don't know. I don't
I don't
remember.
really know. I think we kind of just applied for it, and we were like, "That looks like fun."
Yeah.
And then I don't know. And also, like we did the microdog like
Oh,
the
yeah.
microdog Bristol competition. We thought this looks good, and then it was kind of sort of like I don't know, it was fun, but then we were like, oh, Bloodstock's similar, and it's also like all metal, so this like might suit us better, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of cool though, because I feel like it's like a weird transition because what's it called, Underdog.
Yeah,
It did actually we ended up playing with like quite a few other metal bands in because there was this separate thing. So it was like they take like the second, so not the band that won from each heat, but like the one that's like the second best, I guess, and they all
Right.
played this like other thing, and we ended up doing that with a load of other metal bands, which was nice. And then and that was at the Exchange main stage, and then we're doing this.
exchange.
It's all like a nice little transition into metal. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it seemed more suited for like where we want to be going.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Has any of you guys ever been to Bloodstock?
No.
I would highly recommend it. I mean, this channel's basically a Bloodstock channel at this point. I love it so much. But that being said, obviously, I'm sure you're aware of how much of a big deal it is in the metal scene in the UK. So, what would it mean for you guys to get that slot at Bloodstock Festival?
It would be sick.
I feel like I'd be quite overwhelmed, I think.
Really? I think it'd be cool. I mean, I assume, do you know if like it means you can just go to the rest of the festival as well?
You can. I actually did an interview with Moon Reaper, who won last year, and I did a whole video talking about their experience being at the festival playing it. So that one goes into much more detail. But yes, they get like the band access pass thing, and I'm pretty sure you get access to the whole weekend. But they were going anyway, so. But
Nice.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you do get admission to the festival. At least I would hope so. Um, but yeah, anyway, it's an incredible experience from every band that I've spoken to that has done it, and it's the best festival in the
Yeah.
country for my money. So it's worth
Yeah.
winning for that reason alone.
No, it would definitely be sick because it's an awesome lineup as well, and I feel like especially because it's not just like because there's bands like Corpiclani and stuff
Yeah.
this year. Like I feel like it would be fun because it wouldn't be just like I feel like it wouldn't be as scary because I feel like there have been years where it's quite like it's all just very sort of heavy and like but I feel like that would be quite scary. But like I feel like because there's bands, I don't know if it's just my taste has evolved, but like because there's like bands that I like on the lineup and stuff, and like bands that aren't just like death metal.
Mm.
Then,
Like you said, they're
it
like
wouldn't feel
diversifying a lot more.
exactly, yeah. So I wouldn't feel like out of place.
I know you guys would absolutely fit in. It's not like it was like 10 years ago where it might have been a bit of a out of left field choice, but no, it would be absolutely great. Yeah, you said Corpiclani, you can't fucking wait for that. That's gonna be fucking awesome. But beyond potentially playing the best heavy metal festival in the country, what does the rest of 2024 have in store for Blade of Grass?
Yeah, we're gonna finally get
recording's the
some
main
music
thing.
out. Yeah.
Any idea whatsoever when that might be happening?
Hopefully.
I want to say November.
Yeah.
And if we
Let's
say
say
it,
November.
then we have to do it.
Yeah.
It's on video.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So for everyone watching, please go check out those links down below to support Blade of Grass and get yourselves down to the Exchange on July the 6th for the final of Metal to the Masses. Right. So we like to end these interviews the same way every single time with some random quick fire questions that have nothing to do with anything. You can think as long or as quick as you like. You can fight it out if you want to. You do not have to come to a consensus. Just some lighthearted questions to see us through to the end. So for 2024, we have the same opening question, which I'll be tallying the results for the end of the year. Do you prefer catchy choruses or filthy breakdowns?
Oh,
Well,
Is this
both.
like is it a group answer or is it
Oh
individual?
no, you can split your vote if you want.
I want to say filthy breakdowns.
Yeah, but I feel like a catchy chorus and then a filthy breakdown.
So I'm
both.
going with
I don't know.
a catchy chorus.
Yeah, then I feel like I'm the deciding vote now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll go with catchy chorus as well.
Great. I think catchy chorus so far this year is winning. It's not a big lead, but cool. Right. So next question: strong riff or face melting solo?
Strong riff.
Strong riff.
Yeah.
Agreed. Pre-2000s music or post-2000?
It depends.
Um,
I like. Oh, it really. Yeah. Yeah. It depends on the music, I suppose. Like I feel. Yeah. I'm gonna go pre-2000s, but then I do like a lot of post-2000s.
I'm going with post.
I'm gonna go post. More for like I feel like I listen to more stuff post than before. I don't know. I guess it's probably pretty split, but
Yeah.
Great. Favorite band slash artist?
Oh,
Sonata Arctica.
Nice. Good choice.
who would I say? I'm going to say North Lane at the moment.
Primate. We'll go with Primate then.
Right, mate. Yeah, why the hell not? Cool. Going off of music though, film or TV show?
Film. Absolutely.
Film.
I don't really watch things. I'll go film.
Fair,
I don't know. Depends. Yeah.
fair enough. Going off of that though, favorite film?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh. Well, Shaun of the Dead is really good. That's one of my and Hot
my
Fuzz.
favorite film.
I'm going with Cars.
Fair enough.
Dragon
Oh,
is my
Yeah, that
favourite
is a really
film.
good film to be
Oh,
fair.
brilliant. Awesome. Tea, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Herbal tea, but not normal tea.
Nice. And final question: favorite Blade of Grass song?
Sanctum. No, Skin.
Oh,
I don't know. Actually, Arteries.
Sanctum.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with
Or,
Sanctum.
or Bitter. Sanctum.
I'm gonna go Sanctum.
Sanctum.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's all I've got. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me today. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. And again, for everyone watching, as I said, check out those links down below to support the band and get yourself some tickets to the Metal to the Masses final on July the 6th. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you all for watching. Go listen to some amazing heavy metal, and we'll see you in the next video.